So we've talked about baseball's unwritten rules, correct?
Correct.
It's been a big topic over the last 2 weeks, especially with me. So I ask you this. Would you rather end baseball's ridiculous unwritten rules or end golf's idiotic idea of letting viewers call in violations on the golf course?
So like I could call a violation and say
If you're watching a PGA Tour, like say this last past weekend, a great
Wow.
PGA Tour championship. I love golf.
Yeah.
I was watching, as Phil Mickelson was walking to the 18th, like with all those fans that were there, it was just a great atmosphere. I love the fact that fans are back in sports again,
Right,
by the
100%.
way. But if you're watching on TV, you see that one of the golfers breaks a rule and they don't call themselves on it, you can call up the PGA and say, "Hey, he just broke this rule." They'll look into it, and if you're right, it'll cost him a stroke and could possibly cost him the championship.
Wow, that is 100% stupid. Because first things first, is a player has to call himself on a foul. That is stupid because because I would never call
That's
myself
why they
on
call
a
it
foul.
the gentleman's sport,
Well,
though.
that
It
is
called
why
the gentleman's sport.
No, it is called a gentleman's game. Golf is not a sport. It is called a gentleman's game. Golf is not a sport.
Golf is a sport. You shut your mouth.
No, I would rather have the unwritten rules of baseball because like at least that can police itself. So like let's say I put money on Phil to get in the top 5, and he is sitting at 6, and that Sneed guy is like at I got 4. A guy would be calling that PGA line every time. Oh, he did this. Oh. I mean, like, there are so many factors that, like, mean, like, I won't get that crap out of here. I would much rather have the unwritten rules because, like, at least they are like player generated, not outside forces.
And I mean, you have to know in order to do that for golf. I mean, you would have to know the rules.
Oh,
you
yeah.
would have to know all the nuances. You would have to know because I'm sure they could weed out all the bull crap calls. I'm sure they get a ton of calls. I mean, hell, if I knew the number, I'd probably call too, just messing around with them. Phil just kicked the ball as he was walking down the fairway. I saw it live on TV. Don't tell me I didn't see it. I saw it.
Definitely.
What do you mean?
Play it back. 13-20.
But yeah, as much as I hate the unwritten rules, as much as I hate all the stupid stuff that baseball does with throwing at batters after a bat flip and all this other crap, I can't for the life of me understand why you would allow viewers to call in fouls. Can you imagine if you're in the NBA Finals and you just opened up phone lines and just like, if you see a foul, call us. Because or even NFL. Can you imagine during an NFL game, if you see a foul, call us? Somebody be calling up on every down about holding.
Oh, well, first thing first comes that there's holding every play as somewhere.
Absolutely.
I mean, so basketball and football, I believe there is some type of rule being broken every possession, every play. Now, I mean, like, I don't know enough about golf, like what the rules are. I know you got to have like at least have like 1 foot on dry land if you're hitting the ball or something, and just I mean, like, I gotta know how a viewer is going to see something that like the general public there is not going to see and like make that golfer call himself out on. Like, it seems kind of far fetched, but.
I don't like the rule at all. I've never liked that rule in golf.
I never heard of that until you said that.
It actually cost. I can't remember if you look it up. It cost somebody a major win at some point, and it was recent. It was like over the last 5 years. I can't remember which tournament it was, but it cost him the tournament because they called up and he did something on the 18th hole that even he didn't even realize he did. All the people watching didn't realize he did, except for the one person that called in. Like so
basically, what you're saying is that person had money on him losing. He's like, he's not going to win today. Not today, Satan.